definitely enjoyed making love to Justin. However, there's still some element that I'm missing. You don't do the opposite for me. He's still being a taker in bed. For me, I am like a leopard in heat, and I took hormones before I came here, and I am very, very horny. And you heard it.
For you, the best or the most important part is sex. Why you don't search the professional in this sex? You choose the partner for your life, not professional sex partner.
I pick all of it. I pick all the things connected.
Maybe.
We could be friends,
You
right?
have more experience with sex,
So
and you are more opening.
So
in my
does that
life, I don't
mean?
have so much experience.
You...
What is going on, people? We are back again with another Moving Mad video, and this one right here is all about Nikki and Justin. And it's crazy. It's very, very crazy, because as I listen to what he's saying, is he trying to say that, well, because you've got a history of having a lot of intimacy with maybe a lot of people, hence the reason why he mentioned that you're more open than me, is he basically saying that, well, if you want to have more intercourse, well, then maybe you need to go back to pretty much selling yourself? Because we know that is something that Nikki definitely did, and something else that we are obviously going to unpack in this video as well, her having that past. But then at the same time, like, is this a language barrier situation? But then I said to myself, I don't think it is a language barrier situation. I do generally feel like he knows exactly what he's saying, because when he says things, he definitely says things pretty much blunt and upfront. He doesn't take any shortcuts. He just says it as it is and how he's feeling it. You see what I'm saying? All I know is this: each time I watch these two, it is abundantly clear that he's not into her. Not in any kind of way. And that's why he has no remorse but to say things in the way, you know, he means them, in no other way around it, if you know what I mean. But either way though, just because she took hormones before she got there and she's super horny, that is not his fault. That is not his problem. And it is even more annoying because she's gone there with intentions of pretty much, you know, sexing him up and all them kind of things, but doesn't actually want to give him the chance to process what the situation is now. And the situation now is that he now knows that he was born a man. So he's still in that phase where he's trying to accept certain things, which is interesting because he does talk about that as well later on in the video. But hey, let's get into it.
I was homeless. I was hooked on drugs. I had to prostitute myself.
You know, I know Nikki's always about trying to seek validation, okay? Always trying to seek approval and validation for certain things. But you've just met Justin's friends for the very first time, the same friends that you knew that he would maybe was nervous to introduce you to, and also at the same time you're happy that he's finally introduced you to him because it makes you feel more wanted, right? Fantastic. But why would you go down the route of then telling his friends that you used to pretty much sell yourself to survive? Where is the need in that? Usually that's information you tell people somewhere down the line, or you tell people straight away if you feel like you need to for a certain reason. This isn't one of the situations where she needs to tell him. To be fair, I don't think there's ever a situation where she would ever need to tell them. It's not like they live in America and they're going to find out. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's not about keeping secrets. It's the fact is, that is a part of her life that was, you know, a dark point. No one has to always share dark points in their lives. It's just that simple. But, Nikki will never be understood if you ask me, because she's a very, very interesting freaking woman. And it's quite freaking jarring, to be honest with you. But we continue.
Принято, что женщина, она должна быть покорной такой, да, то есть это вот...
Здесь нет такого. Здесь постоянная борьба.
Ощущается вот именно в характере, что она мужчина или нет? Как там, обидеть или что-то, да, она?
Нет, ты что?
То есть она полностью как женщина, получается?
Ты понимаешь, когда она голая, я не могу различить ее от реальной женщины. Там все сделано очень хорошо. От времени у меня клинит. Могу там до конца где-то что-то как-то где-то принять это все. But she's trans. Because sometimes she acting like man part, I don't know. Like controlling.
Is it okay for your friends to ask questions about your partner because she's not the partner that you're used to, or the partner you didn't expect your friend to have? I think it's okay to a certain degree, you know? I think it's okay because if your friends are asking questions because they're just trying to understand, there's nothing wrong with that. If they're asking on a level where they're just trying to be judgmental, then I can understand how that can be an issue. But generally speaking, you hear they're asking just, you know, just to understand. So, fair enough, for me personally, I may not be trans, but I would not take offense to what they're saying, right? So, with that being said, now asking certain questions are definitely key, but the thing that I took away from that scene the most is that the reason why he's obviously struggling to perform is purely because she's too controlling. And for him and where he's from, the man is the one that is the dominator. He's the one that controls everything. The woman is the one that's generally submissive, right? Based on their conversation. So obviously for him, his roadblock is, well, she still gives me the man vibe purely because she's always trying to dominate, and I'm not used to that. Which, it would be very unfair to say that Nikki is being dominant because of her man side. And I say that because, you see, Nikki comes from America. She comes from Western countries where there's a lot of women who have no issues whatsoever with being dominant. And I think that's just where it comes down to. So to be honest with you, if he's saying that's one of the reasons why it's stopping him, well, then maybe he's just saying that women from Western countries just maybe aren't for him. Because he's going to come across a lot of them in America if he comes to America, you know what I mean? So it'd be interesting to see if his performances would still be an issue if he was with a woman from America that was born a woman, right? But still has that dominance, you know, mentality. It would be very, very interesting. So for me personally, I'm going to say this. I don't think it's because she's dominating. I don't think that is why he can't perform. You know what I mean? Is it bad for the relationship? Maybe yes. But is it bad for his performance in bed? No. And I say this because, generally speaking, as a man, it doesn't matter whether a woman is dominant or not. If she is hot and she makes you horny, it's a different conversation. You know what I'm saying? And let's be real. She may be dominant outside the bedroom with da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But in the bedroom, she ain't gonna be that dominant. She's gonna be like, "Daddy, take me home." You know what I mean? So for me personally, I don't really buy that as a reason. So I'm gonna go back, or at least say that I still think that the reason why he doesn't find Nikki attractive, or the reason why he can't perform, is purely because he doesn't find her attractive anymore. You know, he hasn't got past the fact that she was born a man, okay? And if anything, he's just with her because of the fact that she is his sugar mother. Simple as one, two, three. That's that. I don't think I think he's just talking cack at this point. Nah, you're not selling it to me. You can't sell it to me. You can't say I'm not performing just because she's dominant. Nah, I'm not buying that. I am not buying that one bit. To be fair, some of us men actually like when women have a little bit of dominance to them anyway. You know what I mean? But yeah, whatever. I'm just saying, everybody knows this. If the woman's got a pom-pom, if she's got a pussy, you know what I'm saying? A man's always gonna wanna, regardless of her attitude, and sometimes even regardless of how she looks. So yeah, if you ask me, he just hasn't got past the fact that she was not born a man. She was not born a woman. That's what it is. But, we continue. You know, the other thing that I'm going to add here is that when is Nikki going to stop pretending though? Because I generally believe that Nikki knows, 1000% knows that he's not into her anymore. Honestly. Because look at it this way. She knows how it was at the very beginning before he knew, okay, before she told him the truth. And now she's seen how he's been after telling the truth. And she also knows that the fact is, no matter how much money she gives him to do certain things, he still hasn't changed. So the question is this: is she just still riding out just because it allows her to be on TV? Or is she riding out because she's just delusional? I don't know. But I do know for sure, in my opinion, that she knows that he's not attracted to her. But she keeps pushing and pushing and pushing. And I find that very, very interesting and weird. But hey, let me know what you're thinking. We can talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.